Hey, I'm back again, just following on from my Screencast-O-Matic quick tutorial. So what I want to show you now is literally how to upload that video to YouTube. So if you come back to the Screencast-O-Matic homepage, if you will, and you click on Start Recording after you've saved your video, it always saves the previous video that you've done. So here we are, we've got two options. I can either use this recording, and again, you're just testing it, having a look, and you're happy with it, okay, click on use recording. If you're unhappy with it, you can click on delete, okay, that will permanently get rid of it, it's gone. In this example, we're going to use the recording. So you can do a couple of things. If you create an account for free, just a basic account, you can publish to Screencast-O-Matic and have it stored on your account. You can publish to YouTube, or you can create a video file. In this example, what I recommend is probably the easiest thing to do. Create a YouTube login, it's free, and that way it's easy for students or whoever you want to share it with to find the video. So I'm going to click on publish to YouTube. So you give it a title. I'm going to put Screencast-O-Matic tutorial or tute. So Screencast-O-Matic tute. A quick guide. There you go. To screencasting. And remember, you get up to 15 minutes for free, so this is really good. If you want a tag for it, you can put screencasts, so anyone that's searching for screencasts will be able to find it. Set a category, again, this will help people identify what it's about. It's clearly not about gaming, that's a whole nother kettle of fish. So we'll do education. Now, you can either make this public or private. I'm going to make it public, I don't mind, but you're probably better off to do it private and just share the links if you're worried about certain people seeing it. And you can also add captions if you wanted to. Okay, in this case, I'm not going to bother. So you can link a YouTube account by adding, removing. You can just click if you haven't got one, and it will take a browser to you. And in this case, it's already got my YouTube account. Okay. Bakes to 1984. Feel free to search me, add me. More people on my channel, the better. And upload to YouTube. Okay, so now it's going to start uploading and encoding. And it's roughly, a rough guide is for every minute of video, it's a minute of encoding. So this was about 2.5 minutes worth of video. So it's going to take about 2.5 minutes to encode. Maybe even quicker by the rate it's going. This is affected by things such as your internet connection and the power of your computer. If you're using a pretty old laptop, for example, it will take longer to encode a video. If you're using a sort of 4th generation i7 core Intel CPU with hyperthreading and multi-cores, it's going to be really quick, and a lot of RAM, and on fiber optic connection it will be fast. So do bear that in mind. Also, if you're doing this at an educational institution that has a lot of people connected to a network, there's filtering, this can take longer. So generally my advice is, while it can work at schools, it will work at schools. I work for a public school in South Australia. It is unblocked, it is usable. However, it probably is a little bit slower. And publishing to YouTube, of course, depending on your site and its policies, might be difficult. So I'd recommend just doing this at home, generally speaking. Unless you can have override codes. So just keep that in mind. Otherwise you might want to publish to a file. But then again, keep in mind that it can take a little while. So here we go, 97%, 99, pretty much done. Now it's going to start uploading. So it's encoded the video. So that's literally transferring all the information into a readable video file. So once it's encoded the file, now it has to send it to YouTube. So this is the bit where your internet connection is an issue, and if you do have a proxy server, you might get held up at the uploading point. It should encode it, but it probably won't let you go past this without talking to your network administrator first. So keep that in mind. So we're nearly done here. I'm on about 4.5 minutes of this video. While I'm doing that, I'm just going to check on a previous video that you saw me make, and literally I'm actually recording this while rendering another video. So I'm actually at 37% on that. So based on your sort of the power of your PC, depends on sort of how many things you can do at once. So in this example, you know, my computer's handling itself. It's getting there. So at 50%, like I said, this does depend on the speed of your internet connection. Mine's not too bad. I'm actually not using the connection. I'm the only one on it at the minute. It's just taking a little while. So bear with me. And some of the things I've used screencasting for so far, you can use it for flipped classrooms, you can use it for blended learning, you can use it for professional development if you want to show people how to use a certain tool, such as Twitter. Twitter is an amazing tool for educators. I strongly recommend every single person that's whether you're a lecturer, with a PhD student, a teacher, an aspiring pre-service teacher, create a Twitter account, get onto it. It doesn't have to be nonsense about what you're doing at the park later. It could be hashtag history. You want to ask a question about Richard III. What was his reign like? Bam, you do that, someone will get back to you, and it's amazing. It's the single greatest thing I have found in terms of finding resources. Okay, so while I was talking, this is finished. So you've literally been given a link here. Excuse me, my mouse has gone a bit funny. So while I battle this mouse, so here you go. You can click on the link. If that's too long, you can use a shortener, and I'll show you quickly in a minute how to do that. So we're going to click on this link. It's going to take me over to the video, and you'll see it on YouTube, ready to go. 3, 2, 1, go. There you are, you're live, literally. This is it. So it's recording the whole screen. As you can see, you'll see in a minute, everything I'm doing is being... So there we go, that video is now done. It's encoded, as you can see, relatively good condition. This is playing at 480p. Because I've recorded full screen and I run at full HD, I can actually play this back at full 1080 if I choose to. That's useful generally when you've got something with very small text, you want to be able to read it. Again, just regular HD 720p is useful if you've got some sharper visuals that you want to come across, but for most examples 480 or 360p is enough, to be honest. For screencasting, it's just whether you want people to be able to read really small writing, so keep that in mind depending on the size that you actually record at. So there you go. If I'm not happy with the size of this sort of URL, if you will, if you look here, I can copy and paste that, go to something like if I go to tiny URL or even bit.ly. I use bit.ly personally, but I can go to tiny URL, paste in the URL, which is really long, make tiny. It's actually loading, give it a second, and you'll see you go from a really unwieldy URL from this to this. Massive difference. And so then you just copy that. You can send it out as an email, you can send it out as a tweet because it's very small. It's less than the sort of 140 characters. So there you go. That's pretty much what I wanted to show you. Your video's live. You can share this with your students. You can delete it if you want. You can do whatever you like. So that's it. Stay tuned and I'll have a few more videos for you. Thanks again. Till next time. Bye bye.